Hi, it's Joanna here, and I'm creating content for you about emotional alignment life coaching. So, I've been creating content to build another new channel, which is a personal development and life coaching channel. And the first thing that I'm creating content about is emotional alignment life coaching. You see, after I was interviewed by Dave Mack, I received a request for a life coaching session from Virginia. And she had great success in her first session. She came with a 5-month weight loss stall as a problem. And she reported to me 5 weeks after the session, where we were finally able to catch up again. She reported that the weight loss stall had broken and she'd lost 6 pounds in the 5 weeks. The great thing about emotional alignment life coaching is that it's not about consciously training you to behave in a different way. It's quite the opposite. We dive deeply into your history to find out at what point in time and what happened to train your subconscious to give you instructions to do something or not do something that worked as a safety mechanism back then, but it's not working anymore. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's holding you back. And so I'm bringing this 9-part series to my Carnivore channel because carnivores have problems that Carnivore can't solve. And emotional alignment might be your best bet. And I'm looking for volunteers currently to be filmed, as well as normal clients who don't want to be filmed and would rather pay for their session. Either way. And I'm also building a life coaching and personal development channel called School of Self. So please don't consider that your problems are not big enough to warrant emotional alignment life coaching. They're not too big, they're not too small, they're not too anything. If they're problems, they're problems, and they're there to be solved. You have a zero tolerance policy for anxiety, and you have a few hurdles that you can't just can't figure out how to jump over. You keep slamming into them. Send me an email. Ask me a question. Find out what this is all about. Come and spend some time. Let me film you, and it won't cost you a thing. I really am determined to help as many people as possible, and carnivores are great people, and I'm a carnivore and I'm great people. So I'm sharing this series here because my first brave emotional alignment life coaching client who agreed to be filmed is carnivore.
I'm so grateful to you, Joanna. What you do is so valuable. It's life-changing.
Sweeteners, maybe coffee. Yeah, coffee. I'm going to try to get help getting off coffee. I can't wait for a reply.
Welcome back to our 9-part series. We're about halfway through. This is emotional alignment, using Virginia's emotional alignment life coaching session to show you exactly what I do and what's possible for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the notification bell so that you don't miss an episode. In this episode, episode 5, we get back to clarifying Virginia's mother's belief. You see, even though we've been talking about other things and there's been education involved, we still need to bring the coaching session back into the narrow view of what the perceived problem is. And so we need to sit down, put our pens to paper, and work out what it is in Virginia's perception now that the emotions have kind of dissipated a little bit through talking about these things. We need to get down to tin tacks and work out in Virginia's perception exactly what she sees her mother believing.
Yeah.
So, what we just need to get sorted out is let's try to find a phrase of what your mother believes on this topic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see how close or distant your actual, what you desire to believe is. Yeah. We'll just try to
Okay.
delineate it a little bit. So, how would you say your mother believes on this topic of adoption and biological sameness? Yeah.
Okay. That if children are adopted, then it's just impossible for them to have the same connection with their parents. It can be close, but never the same. I think
So
that's
how
what she believes.
okay, and what descriptor would you use for the connection? So a deep connection, a true connection?
Oh,
So what kind of connection
I
does
guess a true
a
connection.
true connection?
Yeah.
And so along with that, if children are of your biology, then is it a given that you will have a true connection? Or it's a possible? Or that doesn't matter in this case for her?
I don't know that it matters. I would say, but she's got a couple of exceptions with two of her brothers, so that don't fall in that category. And
Yeah.
she'd probably say
So
that.
it's not the other side of the issue that she has
No.
an opinion about. It is if
Mm-mm.
children are adopted, it's impossible to have a true connection as you would have with biological children,
Yes, as true as yes. Mm-hmm.
as you potentially.
Potentially, yes. Yeah.
And you're telling me that her opinion, to your best of your knowledge, has absolutely no personal experience to back it up.
Yeah, correct.
It's just an
None that I know
opinion.
of.
There's no evidence
Yeah.
that she's basing it on.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. But she's very strong about it.
Yeah.
And unchanging, because this is your children are adults already.
Yes.
It's a long time
Yes.
she's had this opinion. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have experience because you have two adult children who are adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah. At any time, whether your thoughts changed before, after, or during, at any time in your relationship with either of your two adopted children, have you ever thought, if they came out of my body, this wouldn't be happening, they wouldn't be thinking this, they would have done different, or I would understand better? Have you ever thought, if
Yes.
you have? Okay, so that's your clue.
Yes.
That's your clue of your
Yes.
subconscious thoughts, right?
Yes.
So we need to discover
Yeah.
a few of those examples to see if we can find a pattern in there. Because we know what your conscious beliefs are. We know what you consciously strive to live through. Yeah, is that you have a great relationship
Yeah.
and you have a committed relationship and it's honest and it's beautiful and you're there for them from the minute that the gift was given to you. You've been there for them. You're always there for them. You are their mum. Yeah. However, these moments
Well,
where you have had thoughts if they were my biological children, ... So I need you to fill in maybe 2 or 3 of those blanks for me. The big ones that you remember.
Well, the big one was right at the very beginning when we first adopted them.
So you see, the one question that I really needed to ask Virginia after we clarified in Virginia's perception, what is it that her mother believes? I needed to ask her this one question at any time. Did you witness your mother's belief coming through you? And the answer was yes. That's what I needed to bring into Virginia's conscious understanding of the situation. Yes, it is what her mother said that cut her to the bone. But why did it cut her to the bone? It cuts a person to the bone. It hurts so, so, so much when a person consciously believes something different to what they're subconsciously believing. And I needed Virginia to start to understand that a little piece of her inheritance from her mother is still sitting there in her subconscious mind. And it's only through digging around and finding out exactly what it is and pulling it out and showing it into the light of consciousness that Virginia is going to be able to make her own decisions, conscious decisions about what to do with it. If you're interested in putting your hand up to be a filmed emotional alignment client, please email me. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell to follow along.
I'm so grateful to you, Joanna. What you do is so valuable. It's life-changing.
Sweeteners, maybe coffee. Yeah, coffee. I'm going to try to get help getting off coffee. I can't wait for a reply.